Hey, y'all, what's up? This is Ruff Endz, and you're watching the Shizzio Show. Keep it loud.
Streetlife is the only life that we know. Ghetto life, down in the ghetto we born and grow. No.
Okay, we are back, another show. You know what I love, yeah? It's taken a while, yeah, but the Americans are done landed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been waiting for this, yeah, so we really appreciate it. Like, Hall of Famers, R&B superstars, like, it's amazing. I apologize, I would have had the red carpet out, but unfortunately, you know, time was the essence. Y'all been running around. It's unbelievable. Like, the younger version of me, if you told me then that these brothers would be in the building, I said, fuck y'all, man. But anyway, they're here. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruff Endz are in the building. Gentlemen, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Do you want to introduce yourselves or do you just want to be Ruff Endz? I don't know how we're going to run this.
Ruff Endz is fine. I'm Devlin from Ruff Endz. David Chance is my real name, but...
I'm Chi.
Da Vinci and Chi.
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown?
Chi, whatever.
As in the Snoopy character?
Yep.
How did you get that, bro? Let's just go there.
Talk about that. From dancing days, you know, Baltimore, aside from the violence and all the craziness, Baltimore is a club dancing town. We used to have like talent shows and dance battles and all this stuff. And I used to always be in some stuff, so I used to get punished. When I get punished and be in the house, I would actually stay in the house and make up dances and dance routines.
Right.
And
I'm yet to see what that's got to do with Snoopy.
Listen, I'm getting there. So one of the things used to come on every year was all these Charlie Brown specials. Yeah. Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin Patch, Charlie Brown, Something Christmas. Yeah. And it was one episode, they was getting down. Boom, ding, 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 ding. This guy dancing in the corner. And it just happened. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. And when I literally did it.
Oh, you did the dance?
When I did the dance,
right?
People identified immediately where it came from without me saying anything. Like, yo, is he doing the Charlie Brown? They started calling me Charlie Brown without me saying nothing. Like, Charlie Brown. I'm like, they must be talking about me. Started calling the house. Is Charlie Brown there? Somebody named Charlie Brown called me. I told him he ain't live. I said, Ma, that's me. Give me the ball.
Before I proceed, I would like to shout out Sir Venom. I've only met him recently, and I gotta be honest, it's very kind of him to give the connect. Some people don't do that. You get what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Because
real.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I have to say that because you gotta appreciate he's the one that's flown you over. It's his show. He's got no need to send you here. You get? Let me keep it 100. And there's people in the game, as you know, that won't do that. They'll like to keep these artists to themselves. So I got to shout out Sir Venom. Appreciate it, big love. And I've only just met the man, so that says a lot. To me anyway.
Yeah, it does.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because people don't help each other.
They don't.
They want to keep them artists there. I've got the big artists. Boom,
Gatekeepers.
boom, boom. Gatekeepers.
Or they want you to pay them or something.
All of that. Nothing as like that has happened.
That's a part of gatekeeping.
So I have to say, big shout out to Sir Venom. Gentlemen, it appears you were born and bred in Baltimore, is that correct?
Yeah.
Now all we've seen is The Wire from Baltimore. That's all I know. It doesn't look like the first holiday destination that one would want to go to.
Not at all.
Would you like to paint the picture for those that don't know? Because we see it, I think I've seen it in Rocky movies, Baltimore, I think. And not to talk down on anything, it doesn't look like the most extravagant place to visit.
The whole city is a ghetto type of thing.
So could you perhaps paint the picture growing up in Baltimore in your days?
I mean, Dante, you can hop on this as well, but I think every city has its good places and bad places, you know what I mean? So Baltimore, there's a lot of places in Baltimore that's real nice, you know what I mean? We've got Pikesville, we've got the counties, we've got certain parts of the downtown areas of Baltimore, but then you've got a lot of the hood parts of Baltimore, which is where The Wire is, where we grew up. So of course, there's a lot of redevelopment now in the city now with gentrification happening in you know, a lot of urban cities like Chicago and all of those, Cleveland, Ohio's going through it. Yeah, Baltimore was a really tough town, man. Blue collar town, you know.
What does that mean? Sorry.
Blue collar mean not really rich, not really just a lot of hard working, low to middle class, you know what I mean? Not really, no big jobs in the town, I would say, because of the factories and a lot of the jobs, just a lot of the businesses that were there. So it's been through a lot, you know what I mean? Really, I would say some racism in the town, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Based on, the urban communities with the police and that kind of thing. So a lot of history as well in Baltimore. Billie Holiday was from Baltimore, so I don't know if you know the artist, Cab Calloway. So a lot of music, it's a music town as well, so a lot of history with the city. But, we've come from that to where we are with artists like, ourselves, Juhel, Mario, even Tupac was in Baltimore at one point. He used to go to the Baltimore School for the Arts, so Jada Pinkett used to go there as well. So
yeah, but Jada went everywhere Tupac went.
She went.
Wow, I ain't even think about that.
You can,
yeah.
Wow,
But it's facts though, isn't it? Is Tupac from Baltimore then? Do you claim him then?
DMX too?
Yeah.
DMX?
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in Baltimore as well. So, I mean, I don't know if he's from Baltimore, but he grew up. It was a point he was going to school there, and you know what I mean? So he was hanging out in Baltimore. So I think it was a phase in his life.
When you guys see it on TV and it's depicted in a way that's very rough and a place where probably you wouldn't want to go, how does that make you guys feel? Because from us, we're over here and we're only seeing that side. So the side that you're saying is nice, I can't see that. And bear in mind, I've lived in America in places and I know how vast it is. Like you can't comprehend how vast America is until you're actually there.
Yeah, exactly.
So for people over here, they just get that story told to them and they just feel like that's how Baltimore is.
Yeah.
So how does that make you guys feel when you feel like it's very rough? It's an area that you just wouldn't want to go to.
In a way, it's good because people really get a chance to see what it really is. And
right.
That, I think it would be worse if they try to glamorize it like it's something that it wasn't, and people get there and it's like,
right, okay, where
we're not in Kansas anymore.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So to put it into perspective, since we were young, Baltimore has been averaging 350 murders a year on an average.
350?
350 a year. That's average.
That's
Baltimore ain't nothing but, it's small, very small. Baltimore's a very small, if you look at it, it's a very small place.
Especially compared to New York.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously every murder's bad, but 350 doesn't seem like a huge amount. There's probably more in the UK.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm saying, but you talking about, it's that big.
Yeah, but what does that big mean to people watching? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
When you compare it to a place like Chicago,
right
there, like put it like
this. Is it a similar size to Chicago?
I would. It reminds me a lot.
Okay.
It reminds me a lot of Baltimore. Right. I would put it like this, because they do remind me a lot of Baltimore in a lot of ways. Compared to all the places that we will outrank as far as murders, which is no competition that I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
But these places are 3 times as big.
Right.
Like we should even be compared to a New York.
New York is
okay.
We should even be compared to a New York.
Right.
New York is huge.
We compared to a New York.
Yeah, but why
and beating them out for his murders.
Oh right, okay. So the murder rate's much higher.
Crazy, man.
Right. Sorry, I'm grasping this concept now. Sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it just paints the picture about the crack epidemic, the fentanyl, now the pills. It's like levels of it, how it just ravaged the city, generations of our people in these neighborhoods from county to the city. It's like at one point it seemed like the whole city
was just on it.
Was just crazy because you had spurts of incidents in places that it wasn't normally, like
right.
Because a lot of us from the projects used to go down the harbor just to start stuff, just to
Right.
Act out.
When you're growing up, then how hard is it to avoid these type of things when you're going out?
It's everywhere.
I mean, it's hard, you know. But again, there are people that, you know, like what's the guy that Michael Phelps was from Baltimore.
Swimmer, right? No, swimmer, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So his Baltimore is very different than ours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a different side of Baltimore if you have
Carmelo
money.
Anthony.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're gonna see Baltimore in a different light, and so it's just like, you know, just like New York. New York got crazy parts of New York, but then if you got money, you can enjoy New York. So it's the same thing with Baltimore. But Baltimore, especially if you don't have money, you gotta live where you gotta live. You know what I mean? And then that forces you to be in certain environments. And
so when you guys are growing up, do you have money? Are times hard?
yeah, times are hard.
Both of you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
exactly.
So when you're in that environment now, drugs, murders, they're all surrounding you,
Yeah.
right? 24/7. So how hard is it to look away from the obstacles, to not get caught up in that? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
When we was recording our first record, we was getting our record deal. And this is, I mean, I could speak about this on a few projects. One of the last ones we did, Soul Brothers, when we were doing our record, doing our album that was gonna get us our record deal. A few of our friends, childhood friends we grew up with, got shot. One of them actually got shot at the top of the block where we was recording it.
Right.
In his car, like over 20-something times in the car. Like, it's like
He got murdered, yeah.
murdered, right? It's like, and the crazy messed up part is that a little part of you becomes immune to it.
I was just gonna say that word.
Because if you, it's like if you don't, you're gonna be going through it emotionally. I mean, if you think about it, because it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's like it's overwhelming. It ain't like TV. Literally, I'm talking, you going to the store, bro, and somebody then got stretched out at the corner store. And then if it's somebody you went to school with, somebody you knew or whatever, that's been a lot of our stories.
So then, are you living in fear, or do you have to man up and get that crocodile skin from early? Do you get what I'm saying?
When you grow in an environment like that, it becomes normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you live in fear. You always watching your back. This is how we are. You know what I mean? So me and him, we got stuck up together so many times. I got stuck up by myself, just going to the store, all kinds of stuff. So it was a part of life. You know what I mean? So we knew to stick up boys that, you know, when you see guys that you didn't know that was from the neighborhood that was getting high, you might think, okay, he looked like he's trying to pull a move on me real fast. So
yeah, Tony on something right now.
he looked like he about to do something. So you learn the game and learn how to move within the city. You know what I mean? And it's, if you didn't know, if you wasn't from, you know, our neighborhood, or you wasn't from Baltimore, you came in the city, you might have gotten in trouble because you just didn't know how to move. You know what I mean? And just like that with any hood, you know, most hoods got similar rules of how to live, how to move, and how to be. You know what I mean? Just like when we went to Cali for the first time, we was told, don't wear no red, don't wear no blue. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like, and even now, like recently, it's even more colors. Like
They
basically
got all the colors.
all the colors.
No,
Orange,
you lying.
Bro.
green.
I thought that shit done stopped.
all of
We
them.
talked and tripped about this with our homie Adi Money out there so hard one day.
It's crazy.
Because we thought we was dodging it. I had on all white one day. David had on all green or something. And he just started laughing. I'm like, what? He was like,
They done involved.
yeah, that's that. That's them. He was like, one of us had on purple or another color.
So what
like,
the fuck
I ain't
you
got on this. He was
wearing?
like, oh, that's Grape City, Grape something's Crips. And that's something, we
I'm
had on
like-
all white. And I was like, bro, they taking the whole crayon box? And he just started laughing like, yes.
I'm like, man, I don't even want.
It's crazy right now, bro.
That's crazy.
You know what? I was
Colours.
in LA once. I was minding my own business on the phone, and some guy come up to me and started doing this finger shit, bro. And I said to him, "What are you doing, mate?"
He was banging on you.
And I just said to him, "Fuck off, mate," and walked inside. And then I told the guys, and they went outside because they were from there, and they came and told me the guy was going to kill you. He was just trying to see where you was from.
What
and
you
I'm like,
from?
what the fuck is this, bro?
It's crazy.
He's like, yeah, he had his thing on him. He was just trying to figure out if he was from the the ops and that. I'm like, bro, is this the way to live, bro?
Right,
Exactly.
for what reasons?
And I'm just on the road, bro.
Exactly.
I always ask for what reasons for everything. Why people do, say everything. Bro, what's your reason?
And what is the reason? Can we?
Like, what's your reason?
Can we
Come
ascertain
banging up on like to see if I'm a buck. Like, just having a bad day and want somebody to feel the fire.
But
with
that color stuff is only on the West Coast. Then that's not an American.
Mainly on the mainly
No,
on the
it's-
West
it's-
Coast. There's certain other places, but
it's
Oh,
some,
sir,
some
okay.
in Baltimore, some in Jersey,
Yeah?
Philly. Yeah, man. Yeah. Probably not as like.
it's not as heavy though.
Right, I was about to say, because other people will look at them like, y'all ain't the real Bloods, the real Crips.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll start beefing just over that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really about that. It's like,
Can I just move on to school, gentlemen? How was school for you? Was school a thing, or is school just are you? You're
Our school
laughing,
was
but
just some shit.
I got to ask, innit? How was it? Are you guys studying? Is the pathway of education a thing for you guys in there, or is your reality far too messed up to even think that you're gonna? I don't know.
you mean when we
Like-
used to go or now?
Like then when you're growing up, are you taught that this
Yeah.
path of education can get you out of here? Do you get what I'm saying?
my mom
Gotcha.
ain't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mom neither. Like,
Okay.
they ain't play that. Like, you going to
Explain.
school. My mom, two
She
different
whooped
sides.
that ass, huh?
It's crazy because we call Ruff Endz, because it's like from his background, he had some rough stuff coming through it. He a little rebellious, all of that and all of that. Me, same thing. Roughness on my side. My thing with my mom, I wasn't even living home with my mom. But we had an agreement like, I don't care what you do, get your papers, which was my diploma, which was my, for graduating. So it was a point when I'm staying in the house. There's no adults in the house. I'm staying in the house will hustle. Everybody hustle. I'm still getting up, going to a racist school called Francis Scott Key. Francis Scott Key was the guy who wrote the Star Spangled Banner. The Star Spangled Banner, it was really about people, our people of color, or however you want to say it, the first time they was introduced to see the horrors of war. That's what the Star Spangled Banner is about.
Right.
They just took the third verse out.
Right.
Used to be skinheads outside my school when we came out there, man. Like real skinheads. I'd never seen them face to face with my own eyes. With the boots, head shaved, talking trash. Yeah, little ugly ass cockroaches saying wild shit. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to middle school. Still going to school, still hustling. But still got in the back of my mind, I'm going to go to school regardless. Days you don't want to go, you've been out hustling at 2, 3 in the morning, still get up, catch that bus, 30,
Yeah, but how is that
40 minutes
making
away to
you feel,
school.
bro? If you have to go through all this and you're kind of doing it by yourself and you're still sticking to the rules
At a
of
point you ain't
of
looking at it like it's
education.
hard. It's not hard. It wasn't hard because it was just what we knew. It's what had to be done.
Again.
I'm just looking like I'm getting these papers, but I'm going to hustle and make this bread. And that was life.
Yeah, that was life.
That's what we knew.
When you grow up in the jungle, it's how you are. You don't know it's different. Like if
you don't know you different.
If you didn't grow up in it, it's like, wow, that's crazy. I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it's your reality, like, I remember catching 3 buses to go to school, like 3, public buses to get to the school that I was going to because it was supposed to be a better school.
Right.
And but I was in like, I'm in middle school. I'm like 6th grade. Even in elementary school, I was 4th, 5th grade. And looking back, I was literally on the other side of town, like literally a long ways away from home, which we used to have these bus tickets that the school gave you, and you just use it. It had the date of if it was September the 6th, it had September the 6th. You peel it out, and you have 2 for each day, 1 to go, and you would give it to the bus man, and he'll give you a transfer or whatever, a long thing, and you would rip it to get on the next bus. You remember them days? And my mom went on the bus and showed me what to do. Once I learned the bus route, that was it.
How old was you?
I was like, what?
Young.
I was like 11, 9, 8, 9 years old, like when I started catching the bus. So it's like, now I can't even imagine, there's people online with people taking people's kids while you have your kid with you. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. So it's like, we came a long way from 7, 8 years old, catching the bus to now where, you know, where I'm at now. It's like, we didn't realize it was crazy. You know, being on the buses, people was fighting. It was this, that, and the third. It was all kinds of stuff happening.
Neighborhood wars. We had neighborhood wars.
And you guys just kept out of the trouble. You never.
Yeah,
you
I stayed to myself. It was like I made it through. Like I was just, you know what I mean. I don't know how I did it, but I was like, I stayed. I seen fights. I stick to myself. That was my whole thing. Stay to myself. I'ma just make it home. And, you know, and that was it. A couple times I got banked. Y'all remember guys trying to beat me up, and I ran out of my book bag. They grabbed me, and he grabbed on my coat, out my coat and everything. I was gone.
Y'all can keep that homework, mother.
They keep my homework. Everything was gone. I ran and got it to the next bus. Asked somebody for a quarter so I could call my mom, call home. And of course, there's no cell phone.
You needed a quarter. I'm about to say, yeah, you needed a quarter.
Somebody was on the phone. I'm calling. I asked again. The phone was busy. Thank God the quarter didn't go through. Kick back out. So I called again, and they answered the phone. I'm like, I just got banked. I'm at the such and such. Can mom come get me? I'm waiting for her to come. She came get me like an hour and a half later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was crazy, but that's how life was. That's how it was.
But you know, you see on the films, and that is my only reference, so I do apologize. But
no worries.
We as British people, we only have that reference. But you see like gangs enticing the youth to join, and if you don't, it's a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? How much of that is real and how much of that is bullshit?
It's a cycle. And we talk about this, I ain't gonna say often, but we talk about it enough. It's easy, bro.
Easy for what, sorry?
Easy to get in the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sell drugs, Ain't even gotta be about no game. Easy to just get in the game, selling out on the corner in it.
Yeah.
I'm talking, you walk into the store, 9, 10, 11, see the people you know, some of your cousins, like it's easy to get a pack, as we call it. And a pack is like getting you in the game, whereas though a pack might be, say, 13 bags. And you keep the 30 and you turn back in the 100.
What does that mean? Sorry, you lost me.
I like if you give me a pack, you selling, I'm a little 12, 13 year old, whatever, and you running from me. You selling from me. So you sell all 13 of them.
Yeah.
Try not to take no shorts because the short coming out your money.
What's a short?
The short where they might come with 9 instead of 10.
Sorry, I got to be honest because there's people when
all right, so I gotta lay it out.
No.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say?
I feel you though. So you ain't trying to take no shorts, whereas you ain't trying to take no 9, no 10s, no what. I need all my money.
All the money, right?
Right, because at the end of the day,
that's coming out of your wages.
Right, because the guy that I'm selling it for, I give him the 100 and I get the 30. So
you get 30%.
No, the $30. Like if it's 13 in it, right? Like if it's 13 in it, you give him the 100 and you keep the 30, and that's how you sell every pack.
Okay.
While you working for somebody else.
I'm clocking the game.
Eventually, I did that to the point where I saved up instead of spending my money because I was still thinking different. Like y'all do all of this and spend all y'all money on clothes and shoes, on something crazy. Like I'm not risking my life to be out here and just spend all my stuff up on somebody. Right. So I started saving my bread up.
So you was doing that then?
Yeah, and I started buying my own weight. Weight is when you get it in bulk, like an ounce,
you
half
went direct
ounce.
To the
right, and then you chop it up and put it in bags, right? So that's what I basically did. So I wasn't working for nobody.
Yeah, but that's dangerous in itself because there's no safety then, right?
But at the same time, we go by neighborhoods. So my neighborhood is a neighborhood called Emerson Avenue, neighborhood we grew up in. You might hear it in the song they play sometime. They be saying EA, woo. EA is Emerson Avenue. A lot of people don't know what it stands for.
It was EA Sports, bro.
But just slinging and selling, which is slinging, we call it, selling drugs, in our neighborhood came with a kind of a safety. You feel what I'm saying? Because
everyone looked after each other.
Right, there's some OGs out there, there's a couple other people out there that knew me since I was young. I'm
presuming those corners I've taken. Or where do you get what I'm saying?
But
you can't be stepping on a man's shoes and just say, bro, I'm on my own out here.
But then again,
ain't the OG's gonna check you?
It's like the safety in certain neighborhoods. In certain neighborhoods, God rest her soul, one of the first people I used to sell with was my homie's mother.
Okay.
She was like an OG.
Right.
She was one of the people that
protected you
and used to buy me little stuff when other fiends came through selling hot goods. But she had a bunch of sons and a bunch of family. But all of us, we like kind of knew each other. Don't get me wrong, it was people still beefed and shot each other. But at the same time, it was a little sense of family at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you let somebody come around at the wrong time, and stick-up boys, we call them, coming through, and certain people out, they're getting hit up.
Of course.
Because they're going to have their guns, or they're going to have them stashed somewhere and come out and hit them up. So for us, I'm just to talk about it right now is crazy. It was our reality, and it was easy. It wasn't like we trying to call them, track nobody down. It's either somebody you know, or
everybody was doing it.
Everybody.
So it was easy to get into.
Easy,
what you doing as well?
No, I never really sold drugs. Like I sold weed. That's about it. But my brother was a part of a group called Paul and Simon. My brother's name is Paul, so he was a big weed distributor in Baltimore. So
big at one time.
And they were huge at one time. Like people was buying weight from them. So I got into selling weed, but I wasn't really I really never was into it because I was one of the few that had a mother and father. My father, my parents, I'm a pastor's child, so my dad was really a good example of what it was to be a man of God and the principles of what it is to love your neighbor as yourself. And he told me every woman I saw, look at her as your sister. Like those are things that I was
the fundamentals.
Fundamentals, you know what I mean? So I was very different in my community. That's why I would be around certain dudes and I wouldn't really click with them like that because they didn't have that structure. You know what I mean? There's only one other dude that was real close, a guy named Curtis, which even though he was selling drugs, his grandparents raised him, and they were like
both of them
were mother and the father, but they weren't really his parents, but they raised him, and so we kind of connected. But he ended up selling drugs because everybody was doing it. It was right there. It was a way to make money. You was trying to get, I was wearing hand-me-downs because I'm the youngest of 10 brothers and sisters. So
you got 10 brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Holy
6 boys, 4 girls. So, my mom we was on welfare time, so like she didn't have, I was
How big's the house,
clothes.
Bro? For 10 of you?
Yeah,
it wasn't a big joint.
It wasn't as big. It was, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow, that's a blessing.
4-bedroom house, but a big basement. But still, like it's with all
people needed room, right?
It still was too much, and we had church in the house too, so it was a lot going on in the house. And we gave food away. My mom, like in the neighborhoods, like I would get up, would go to school. My dad would be fixing breakfast, and it'd be like a junkie, a wino.
What's a wino?
A wino is somebody that at 6 a.m. he gets up and is trying to get drunk. Like he is homeless.
All day, every day.
An alcoholic.
Hang out by the bar.
He hang out by the bar, exactly. Right. He just get drunk, you know what I mean? So my dad would be ministering to these people, fixing food, you know what I mean? That was kind of how I grew up.
But that's nice to see, you know what I mean, that someone's trying to help the community as well. So growing up, that's probably instilled in you, no?
That's what he instilled. He helped them. He loved on them. So, but that was the world. That was my world. Same hood, but my family was
literally the same hood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. How far are you from each other?
A block.
A block.
Oh shit!
Literally,
1 block.
I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm like my family's up here on Loretta and Monroe.
Yeah.
If you come down Loretta, well, shit, they had a house right there too before you even turned. But the main house when. My people's main house was right there. Okay. I stayed down the projects, but I used to walk or be at my own house all the time. He like literally right around the corner, right here on the corner, which was where they had church and all of that.
Okay.
Literally, adjacent to each other.
That's mad.
That's
I'm gonna come to how you two met in a second. Just a side note, I noticed when you was telling them stories, there's a smile in your face. So like, even though it sounds like a very hardship type growing up, there's a happiness in there somewhere. As youngsters, we seem to find it. I don't know. I just noticed as you were telling the stories, it's like there's a smile in your face. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wanted to highlight that. I just want to touch on the racism aspect because obviously, once again, I'm just going by what I've seen. It would appear that Baltimore is predominantly black. Yeah. So didn't really know that it would be such a race. You know, the racism was so rife. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, and you guys are seeing that from early. And there's a clear cut of racism.
Yeah.
I was called a cockroach by a cop.
Yeah. Right.
Because we was in the store We walked in the store. It's a place called Sedonia, which is like outside of the city. It's like county area, but Baltimore works like how Cali did, whereas though they figured out the real money is near downtown, but we done built all these project buildings, so it's this big displacement kind of thing, whereas though they trying to move all the people that's near downtown out in the county areas, so they can move the people with bread near downtown, near the attractions, the harbor, and all of that.
Right.
Me, two of my friends I grew up with, Tavon and Perry, his mom staying out there. We walk into store/gas station. We walk in, cop looking at us. He just keep looking at us. And then he literally walk up to us and say, "You get y'all little cockroach stealing asses out." Something he said was I know it was wild. I'm just really thinking to myself, like, did that really just happen? Like, what? So it's like, what do you do? We literally was probably about like 13.
Yeah.
Like we were young, 13, 14 years old. So it's like,
You can't really
we've seen it outright, and we've seen it not knowing what it was until we got older, not knowing what that structure was. You know what I mean? That had us there in the first place. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got a thing in the States where as though if the government gives you help, the mother has to say the father is not there.
Right.
Like has to file child support.
Right, okay.
You feel what I'm saying? If they give you a place, housing or whatever, the father can't stay there. The father is, or they'll lose their housing.
Right.
We didn't know what that was about. We just knew how it was. Dad
Oh,
ain't here for whatever reason.
Okay.
If they don't get along or he don't want to be here.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying?
So you think your father's not there because he doesn't, for those reasons. But
and you grow with anger.
But the real reason
resentment.
is he's away because you need the house.
If he would have stayed there, she would have lost her voucher for the house.
Right.
Exactly.
Ain't that crazy?
But are you not asking questions then as a youngster? Where is dad and why?
You kind of ask questions, but at the same time, it's like we didn't talk about certain things. That's how we was raised. Certain things we just like taboo. It's like unspoken rules. You know what I mean? So it's...
No, I hear that. So gentlemen, how did you guys that on paper it would appear you're polar opposites in what's happening in households, how did you meet?
It's crazy, right? I know you think about how did they
music, man.
So when did it creep into your life?
I grew up in a musical family. Dad sang, you know.
Church choir, is that what?
Mom sings, sisters.
Again, my family's from Guyana, South America, so it's like the church was really island kind of music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
break that down. What do you mean?
had a Caribbean flow to
Okay.
it. You know? Hey, da-da-da-da-da-da, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like gospel, like American.
All that
gospel.
songs.
Yeah, I hear that.
I used to love
So
coming to that
it
church.
was congos, it was that vibe, harmonies, like how African music is,
Right.
like the like them harmonies, very like that. So,
But
and
very
everybody-
vocal.
very vocal.
Right.
Very vocal.
All my brothers play guitar pretty much. All my sisters sing. Everybody can sing in the family. So it was like singing was like second nature to everybody in my family. So I didn't really think of it as anything special. It was just what we did. You know what I mean? So in high school, you know, I'm in the music class. I'm playing piano. I got some guys that are in the in my music class that can sing or whatever. So I love harmonies because I grew up in a family that can harmonize. So I'm like trying to get some harmony at school. Like, yo,
Who
let's
can do it?
harmonize. Exactly. You know, we trying to do a Boyz II Men song.
Right.
That's when it's so hard
To say goodbye, yeah.
say goodbye. Exactly. We was trying to learn
jeez,
songs like that.
Don't get me started, you know. I get busy, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as we doing harmonizing, Dante walks in. You know, he's got the Pelly Pel on.
What's a Pelly Pel?
Pelly Pel leather
Kinda
jacket
leather,
is like a jacket
soft butter leather.
soft butter leather, drug dealers wore the
That's
leather.
that-
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's that $30 adding up.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
heard me.
$30 adding up.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, that was like a $500 coat back in the day,
Right.
you know, and that was a lot of money.
Coming in with the
Exactly.
swag.
Coming in with the swag, got a little gold chain with the muscle man on there, you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
And I'm like, yo, that's, you know, my mind, I'm like, that's my man from around the way, you know what I mean?
So you recognize, yeah.
I recognize him or whatever, and we're singing not knowing that Dante can sing. You know, I didn't realize he could sing. He
Okay.
was looking like checking us out the whole time, like, before you know it, he came over and started singing with us and started freestyling, and the rest is history. We kind of formed a group at school, and there was like a bond around music and just like, yo, we trying to do this. You know what I mean?
Pinning that, sir, how did you start singing then? Because obviously he's got the background. You're outside in your Pelly Pels or whatever that is.
I used to sing on Emerson and Monroe sometimes. People remember me from that. They used to tell me like, yo.
Sing where, sorry?
You don't fucking need to be out here with this bullshit.
Explain.
I had people, Emerson and Monroe was a strip.
Oh, strip, a road, right?
Right? Yeah. It was a corner, Emerson and Monroe. On that corner, in that area, we sold crack.
Right.
Down the bottom, which was a block or 2 blocks down the street, they sold dope.
Right.
2 blocks before then was Emerson and Stricker, where they sold weed at.
I see how it goes up. The
you know what I mean?
The more you go up the block, the more the more
weed,
ferocious it gets.
Right, the weed wasn't that bad.
Right.
The crackheads,
yeah,
it was a team of stick-up boys used to come and try to rob people.
Yeah. Right.
We knew half these niggas that used to did that from when we was kids.
Right, so you're fully outside then.
Down the bottom
is where it gets
was worse because they sold dope, and dope was a thing that made them fiend harder.
Dope's heroin, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you got to think the thing that makes people fiend harder is gonna have harder consequences to come with it.
For real.
Weed was cool, wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Crack, you got people stealing their mother's TVs and jewelry and stuff like that. Dope, they're trying to rob the whole store and take everybody's stuff. Right. Get high.
For real.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And don't care about nothing.
And you're in the middle league. You're in the
right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Selling, slinging, singing on the corner.
So you're just standing there singing?
Because that was just my energy.
Okay.
I wanted to sing, I wanted to do stuff, but it was like...
No kind of lessons, no one in the family singing. You just out there.
But this was the thing. Amongst all the craziness, we used to... Which is crazy because it's the other side of David's. David's family get together was regular. Church,
right?
Get together, they having praise and worship. Every now and then my family would get together because I got some musicians and some people that do stuff. They would get together, drinking, smoking in the basement all night, playing. Like other friends of theirs come over playing guitar, drums, and they would just have jam sessions. But they ain't playing gospel music. They playing Earth, Wind, and Fires, all this other stuff that, and it took. It was one of those things where it was like, it was just always in me, and I wanted to do it. I was interested. First, I was just into dancing, and
you was in a group too.
That's what I was getting to, and I wound up getting in this group when I was like 13, 14. Everybody in the group was older, like older guys, but we started doing Stop the Violence shows. Like when I was supposed to be in school that first year. I was traveling around with the group to other schools doing Stop the Violence
singing
things and doing stuff at like weddings and stuff like that.
But it's interesting. Yours is kind of a nurture background in singing, and yours is kind of a nature because it would appear you've earned your stripes by practicing, and it would appear, I could be wrong, you just got that nature in you. It's just given. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's very interesting because people argue whether nurture and nature is what brings talent, and it would appear that both have combined forces.
The environment definitely helped breed it though.
Yeah.
That's where that hunger and that passion came from. Like, why do this nigga sing that hard? Like, what is in you? What's going on with you?
Right. So you're out here doing the school stuff, and then fast forward, this gentleman's in class. And then you just walk in with your pellies.
Yeah, so
that's one thing I learned
I was
today,
supposed to be. I really was gonna go to school. I was running the streets real hard, but at the same time, the school I was going to, the racer school, they was something with my transcripts, which was the paperwork to transfer from one school to the next, or to go from middle school to high school.
Yeah.
It was something going on with the paperwork. So while that was happening, I was just still hitting the streets hard. But it was crazy because we were still doing shows.
Right. That's school stuff.
Right. I was performing, but we was doing clubs too. So I was like...
Oh, you're okay. You're in the club singing as well?
Right. Yeah. We was doing like performances in clubs at places. Because, they was older guys.
Right. So
but I was way too young to be in there.
Yeah. But you in there.
I used to dress mature with, shoes.
Yeah.
I'm 13, 14 wearing casual clothes like...
Yeah, and are you like singing covers or are you singing your own songs?
No, covers.
Okay.
We were singing all covers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I got to high school and finally got that paperwork flowing and all of that, my My mom got in, she got to it and helped me get the paperwork. That first day that I really came, because when I got in, I was still running a little bit. So that first week I didn't come, but that next week that I came, when you came in, the building was huge. You could hear music from, because it's like a music wing of the school.
You can hear it down the corridor.
That's almost like disconnected from the rest of the school, because the rest of the school was really up the steps.
Right.
Everybody talking about walking them steps in Southwestern. Big school. Looked like a jail, for real.
Yeah,
the guy that built the jails built our school.
Okay.
As a matter of fact.
Right.
Slow, slim jail windows and everything.
Right,
it's
right,
crazy.
right.
But before you go up the steps, it's like a hallway with a wing off to the side.
Yeah.
That's what David and other brothers was cutting. They was cutting, by the way. They was cutting class.
Oh,
in
right,
the
okay,
music
cutting,
room,
right.
just going in. And I just heard it, and I just came, and I came in. When I came in, I'm looking, I'm like, Dad, that's Joe from around the way.
Oh, you recognize
And
him,
I'm like, yeah, they sound good. I'm looking like, yeah, he putting them on that notes, because he was the harmony man.
Right.
I knew harmony, but I was still at the stages where I was just really learning and getting it with the group I was with.
Yeah.
But in my group, everybody had their place. So
Right.
it wasn't like I was learning different notes like with Dave.
Yeah.
Like in my group, I was either singing lead or I'm singing the lead note in the harmony.
Right.
I wasn't doing high and da. So, but when me and Dave got together, I just started learning more instantly. Because his whole family, like he said, sings.
Yeah.
You come over, get him for school, his sister busts out in the note, bro, take that top. Oh.
Okay, is that how you're
It was a
doing?
singing environment.
Yeah.
It wasn't
All
just
day.
church. We sung as a family, like
Randomly.
around the breakfast table. You know what I mean? Around the dinner table,
Yeah.
like just was harmonizing.
But that's where you're earning your stripes every day.
Yeah,
And-
and
and-
then my parents sung. Like my dad he was in a group one time with Harry Belafonte. Like my family's from
Okay.
Guyana, so it's the islands. My mom was a opera singer. You know, she
Silvertone.
sung for the prime minister of Guyana at one point. So that like they had a singing group. So it's just it's in the DNA, like the air for music.
My dad did sing though. My dad sung and played the guitar.
Yeah. And then also
I
it's
didn't think about that.
it's very good to highlight like there is a science to this singing. It's not just a one lead. There is harmonies. There's a real science to this that is lost, I think, in today's
Indeed.
society with like your cheat codes and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
see, in them days, it weren't like that.
You're right.
You really had to know each note, each harmony, where to come in, all of that is an art form in itself.
Exactly.
The art form is being able to hear it. That's one of the things that Dave was really good at from young that I admired about him.
Right.
That's how he played the piano.
Right.
He could hear the notes, and it was just amazing to me. Like, yo, how do you do that without knowing the notes?
Right.
He was like, I can just hear it. Like, okay, well, how do you find it? You got to keep messing with it till you find it and figure it out.
And do you put that down to just practice of hearing stuff and just knowing, or is that?
Well, I mean, when you grow up in harmony, like my mom used to play classical music. That's one way to get a child. Like if you want your child
Classical, yeah.
classical when I was a baby, like, cause she was classically, you know, she loved classical music, but
Yeah.
she used to play it when I used to go to sleep as a child growing
Right.
up. And then hearing harmonies, you know, I'm growing up as a child, hearing my them hit a note, and I can hear what they're doing. Them hitting another note. My father sing, you know what I mean? I can hear, after a while, it becomes, you adjust and
Right.
you now pick up what's happening. So that's what happened to my ear. It could be learned. If you have music, you can definitely learn it, but you have to be in an environment where it's nurtured.
Yeah.
So that's where it became normal for me. Now I can hear what was going on. When I listen to a song on the radio, I'm listening to it very different. I'm hearing what the
yeah.
bass is doing, what the cellos are doing, the violins come in, the background harmonies, the lead, what Michael's doing. And then when I used to hear songs, I would literally start crying hearing certain songs. So my mom would be like, "You all right?" She'd come in the room like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like bawling, snotty nose, crying.
Okay.
Like, she's like, "What happened? What's wrong? What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's just the song. It's the music." You know what I mean? So
Do you know
she-
what type of songs they were, FYI? Give me your top crying tune.
I will make a verse.
Oh,
That was Michael Jackson's version.
Okay.
I used to hear Michael Jackson, and then Stevie
I'll
Wonder
Be
had
There.
a couple songs that used to bring me to tears as well. And then certain like classical songs, like she would play that I can't remember what they are, but
Yeah.
they would bring me to tears. So it's just like music had a spirit about it that I could like relate to.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So
And we connected it because I used to tell him like, I ain't want to tell nobody. I used to do the same thing.
Okay.
So like a lot of the stuff we used to keep to ourselves.
Right. But you don't want to show those emotions.
It'd be the weirdest thing sometimes, but it used to make me really feel like, yo, God put us together. Because there's no way that we connect on so many levels.
Right.
Like weird stuff. Like the only brother I ever met in life that ate certain things I ate that was just weird.
Okay.
That I love. Like peanut butter and jelly with cheese.
What is that peanut butter and jelly? Ain't no one in the UK eating that shit, man. Look, no one ain't doing that, bro. What is it? Who woke up one day and said, listen, I'm gonna get this here peanut butter and this here jelly and put them motherfuckers together.
Listen to me. Not just even that. We went a step further because we did something that most people don't even do that with cheese on it. It put another whole
cheese on the
cheese, bro. Sharp cheddar.
No.
Listen to me.
I'm at my break.
Hear me out. I've seen it. Andrew Zimmerman show is one of my favorite. And he used to go other places overseas and ask them, what food do they eat in the States that's crazy to y'all over here? The number one thing they all brung up was peanut butter. Freaked me out. Kids they was eating crazy stuff. They're looking slimy and come out of a thing and that's good. Peanut butter, they was like, it's
peanut
crazy
butter,
to me.
No, I can work with the peanut butter.
Grinded up peanuts,
listen,
bro.
I fucks with that. That's cool. Yeah. Peanut butter I work with. Jelly I work with. Combining them motherfuckers?
What?
Hell no.
No, here's the deal.
It's the salty and the
Lady
sweet
in the back
together.
doing that. Hell motherfucking to the no.
Here's the thing though. My family, because
with the toast with the
nobody in the UK.
Because we
peanut
from
butter.
Guyana.
Speak your mind, sis.
I'm gonna talk about this on the show Saturday.
Listen, because we from Guyana, the Brits used to own Guyana.
The Brits owned everything for
British Guyana, right? So we love tea with. We used to make the.
He turned me on to the tea with the peanut butter and jelly.
What?
The Irish black
Look
tea.
at her face. She said she going.
Exactly.
She done.
So listen, you got to get you a nice cup of strong tea.
Right, that's British,
brewed, Put the milk in there. We used to put the canned milk from America, evaporated milk.
I'm with you so far.
Put the canned milk. Sweetened just right, not too much, just
Come
right.
on with it, bro.
This is
you
where
got you some toast.
Come on with it, bro.
Toast the bread.
Toast the bread.
Put some butter on the bread.
Man.
Put the peanut butter. This is nice, fresh peanut butter. The peanut butter kind of melts. Strawberry preservatives.
Put that thing together like.
Put that thing now.
Like
Cracker Barrel. You ever heard of Cracker Barrel cheese?
Who?
Cracker Barrel.
Nah.
Cracker Barrel
Cracker
sharp
Barrel
cheddar
is like
cheddar.
It's not
cheese.
like
It's sharp though.
Okay,
it's
well,
sharp,
okay. I don't know
extra
what's
sharp cheddar cheese.
Sis is
You
lost.
slice it thin. Put that on the bread, put that thing together, slice it down the middle. You got some hot tea. You bite into the peanut butter and jelly, and when you take a drink of it, oh my goodness.
Go, you hear me?
In the wise words of Bernie Mac, R.I.P., it don't make no motherfucking sense.
Motherfucker trying to talk about my motherfucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You a motherfucker lie.
No, ain't no motherfucking. Okay.
Good than a motherfucker.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree because there's
You gotta try it though. If you got, I wish I had something right now.
Your taste buds is different.
Bruh, I'm glad
you haven't tried it.
A brother from the UK brought up this
now.
conversation. Because one of the main things I used to do when I traveled was try other people's food.
Right.
David used to be looking at me crazy sometimes too. But when I traveled, I wanted to try, first of all, what's y'all thing y'all known for?
Right.
And what's the thing that everybody like here? I want to try it. I don't care how it look.
Okay.
We was in Australia eating gator and kangaroo jerky and like I tried everything, bro.
Okay. What's the worst thing you've eaten in another country and the best thing you've eaten in another country? Let's have that. Because gator and kangaroo ain't working for me. Y'all done. I
had to try it.
No.
I had to try it, bro.
I respect the trying.
I would say the worst place I've eaten is when I went to Japan. I did not like the food.
I swear. Sushi, no?
You ain't lying.
It was like fish eggs for breakfast.
Caviar.
Like I wasn't.
Nah, the taste buds.
Buds.
But bro, you came from peanut butter and jelly. The taste buds ain't there. You have to build
bro.
them things up.
We eat, we used to sausage, pancakes, English muffins, like eggs and cheese. You know what I mean?
Breakfast,
like scrambled eggs.
Breakfast, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, we want breakfast.
We come down. We stayed at a place called, I remember, the Rapogni Prince.
The Rapogni. It's in the name, bro.
Rapogni, the Rapogni Prince Hotel. Rapogni, that's how they say it. Rapogni something. I remember it.
Right. Japan.
I remember how the lobby looked and everything.
Right.
We came down there, big fancy hotel. They kicked out whatever money. It's in a good part of the Repogny. I guess it was a part of the area we was in.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would have touched down there was the eggs, bro. And the eggs was runny looking. It had like water or something. It looked weird on the bottom. So I'm looking like they had stuff that looked like a bowl of eyeballs. Like eyeballs, like fish eyeballs. Not small ones neither. I'm talking like...
Man can see
like,
the pupil.
Bro, like you can see the eye with the jelly around it, bro.
Nah, you lost me.
Bro, I'm walk up to the table like...
You need some Visine
like
or
it's
some
body parts up there. We like... The only thing that I can identify was the eggs. They had baby, octopus, a bowl of them.
How did you identify that even? I don't know what that shit is.
I know what an octopus looked like.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of baby little octopuses, squid, bunch of real different like...
breakfast though, that's the thing.
Breakfast, bro.
Hey, you got to start the day right,
man.
baby. You got to start the day right.
Bro.
So, just side note, what do you do then in that situation? Because you out there.
We haven't eaten it in I don't know how many years, but people that travel can relate. When you gotta guess about anything, go to McDonald's.
Oh, swear.
That was the answer.
Safety,
and they used to
then.
say, "Oh, our fries is better than fries in America." Watch this. So I was waiting. I was waiting to try the fries.
Yeah.
I ain't eaten McDonald's in I don't know how many years, over 10 or more years.
Yeah.
That's what we ate when we went there.
Safety. Play it safe.
Bruh,
We found
there was no way I could do it, bruh.
See, I can't do it. I'm out the check, please.
Exactly.
No, I ain't even got the check. I don't want
I
nothing.
don't want the check.
I don't want nothing, bro. I ain't getting nothing.
So then what's the best place? FYI.
Oh man, we had some good. Well, London had some amazing spots here. Had some great spots because I like diversity in food, like the Indian food, Lebanese food.
Yeah, we got all that.
You know what I mean? It was just the flavors. It's just to have different flavors, food cooked a different way.
Yeah.
Prepared to serve even at your plate a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
Like the spot in New Jersey, our manager Troy took us to. It's like they bring you this big, I forgot what they call it, but it's like bread. It's like the bread that you break off. It's
like a naan bread.
This big, right?
Was it Turkish?
But it's like spongy kind of, but everybody got their own.
Sounds like Turkish.
And they got different stuff
Ethiopian dish.
Ethiopian?
Talking about the Ethiopian meal.
I thought it was Indian, but it could be
Nah,
Ethiopian.
it was Ethiopian.
And it was different stuff
I know what you're
where you
talking
could break off the stuff that it was on, and try different stuff. It was like 7 different things with some other sides on it was.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that because it's like
No.
different flavors, right? Different textures. I grew up eating chicken wings and French fries.
Right.
Most of the time, chicken wings, French fries.
Yeah.
Chicken box, French fries. Get something from the Chinese store at the corner. Cheesesteak sub.
Oh, you cheesesteak land, innit? Cheesesteaks is a
Oodles and noodles. I ate more box and packs of oodles and noodles than.
So.
Y'all know about oodles and noodles over there?
Nah, what's that? Noodles?
God, noodles.
Yeah. What? Like
it's called oodles and noodles.
What's oodles?
In the hood.
I know noodles. I don't know oodles.
Listen, in the hood, poverty areas, wherever you want to call it, one of the cheapest, most sustaining things that you can buy.
A pot noodle, yeah, like a pot noodle.
Listen, it's these big ass. You can get them for dirt cheap.
Yeah, it's a pot noodle.
So you can get a box.
£1 pound, you in, baby.
You can get a box of them.
Alright,
and mix the flavors.
Right.
They come in these packs. They got a little flavor pack in it. It's these dry noodles look like a brick.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
You put them things in the water. They soften up. Take them out. Throw the seasoning in there.
And then we used to,
and he's home, baby, and he's home.
And we used to get the hot dogs, and you split the hot dog down the middle, and you fry them. Fry the hot dogs, cut it up, and then you put it in the oodles and in the noodles. You got you a meal.
Haram, Bridget, haram. Anyway, you guys said off camera that you're not a vegan now. So then explain that to me. You get me? Because man's been talking.
Upbringing, brother. Survival mode. We got to eat.
Yeah, no, I hear that, but you guys are vegans now.
Yeah.
So how's that happened?
Yeah, man.
Knowledge, man.
Would you explain?
Story.
Just break it down.
It's crazy. When we got back together, he was kind of back. Dante had already went in the vegetarian, vegan world, before. And but Freddie Gray, I don't know if you're familiar with the situation with Freddie Gray. Freddie Gray was one of the people that lost his life to police brutality in the States. I don't know if you remember that era when there's a lot of black people getting shot.
We hear about it a lot, unfortunately, so it's hard to pinpoint.
It was a time when there was what they call the uprisings in Baltimore, where they burned the CVS down and
burning police cars.
CVS is like a pharmacy that got burnt down, but it was in Baltimore. It was like a fire and people was rioting and all of that. It was all over the news. So different parts of the country was going through it. But Freddie Gray was a guy that grew up in an area kind of where the wire was. You know, he grew up in that area. So we got back together to do a song called Time for Change to kind of in honor of him and just kind of bring awareness to what was going on.
MLK too.
And MLK Day. So, but that's kind of when we got back together. He was kind of on that verge. I just turned 40, I think, and my mom wasn't doing well, so I just started a raw cleanse with her, like a 30-day juice fast, and within 2 to 3 weeks, her diabetes and her blood pressure had normalized.
Right.
And I just saw the power of food. Like, really, food is literally a medicine, and you are really what you eat. So I saw the power of food for myself. Nobody couldn't tell me nothing. And I just really opened my eyes to when the scripture talks about having faith. Like, there's so many people having faith for something or praying for God to do something, but their actions aren't in alignment with what they want from God. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I want to be healed. I don't want cancer, but you still smoking cigarettes.
Right.
We all know, cigarettes cause cancer. So you got to, your actions got to stop, you know what I mean, and align with what you want. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, if I want to be here and I want to be healthy, and that's when I started educating myself. And of course, I went down YouTube. I call it YouTube University, when you just go be on YouTube watching videos.
Yeah.
I went down a rabbit hole in the song.
And you never came out.
I was like, oh my God, this is what's happened. Then I went and saw there's a documentary called Food Inc. and Food Matters. Food Inc. talks about the industry of food and how McDonald's changed things and how the meat is not really meat. It's,
it doesn't decay and things like that.
Exactly, and all of that stuff, and how the government was shutting farmers down because, say for an example, if you're a farmer that is using, Monsanto is a big company that owns patents on crops. So if you're using GMO crops, and I'm an organic farmer, I'm using heirloom seeds, and because your farm is literally, it could be just, there's no gate or nothing keeping your land away from mine, but if a wind's blowing your DNA on my crops, Monsanto can come on my crops, and if they find any of their patent seed on my crops, they can seize my whatchamacallit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So this was happening. So these farmers are in dark. You know how you see the interview and then you won't show their face? Yeah. They're in dark talking about...
The voice done changed.
Exactly.
I don't want to whatever. That voice sound like that.
Exactly.
He came and took my seeds.
But then there's people that eat meat organically, like they have an organic thing. So that I'm trying to so then why the vegan and no meat? Because a lot of people that swear on a meat diet, for example, and how it's impacted their life. So why the choice of just vegan? Because that's no dairy, right?
That's no dairy, no animal products at all.
What, no fish?
No fish as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's everything. That's all plants.
And you both the same?
So first time I did it, people thought I was on some Hollywood stuff.
Hold on. Is the peanut butter and jelly allowed?
Yeah, because it's peanuts.
All right. I was going to panic for y'all.
Peanut butter jelly.
I was going to panic for y'all.
There's no cheese though.
All right.
No cheese.
Yeah. All right.
But when I first did it, people... Time.
Come on. Why is that?
We got to be at the place.
Who's there? Mo?
Yeah, I think Changing Faces might be there. The other group.
Okay, we haven't even got to fucking music, bro. What the fuck, man?
Let's just fast forward. Let me just say this real quick. When I first did it, it was hard because my family from the South. You talking about the family that I got some cousins that literally say shit like, cuz, I don't trust nobody that don't eat pork. Yeah, they serious about that shit, for real. I can't trust a nigga that don't eat pork.
Yeah.
Some of them joking, but some of them was serious. I don't know how much I can trust you.
I hear that.
What? A whole grill built and designed just for certain animals. You got the cow grill. You got the pig grill.
Yeah.
Like, that serious. So when I went vegan and you're not eating, the shit you grew up off and got healthy and got your ass big, you don't eat, man, get out of here with that bullshit, cuz. You don't eat chicken. No chicken. Like, man, They looking at me weird, so it was
part of
hard.
the
Because
culture.
everybody was
Very
working
hard,
against me.
yeah,
Then it's
yeah.
like, you on some Hollywood shit. Like, bruh. Then I start telling them about stuff.
And they realize.
And when they hear it, they realize they don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
certain people, like, when I started telling them about, like, milk was one of the first things. And how the government allows so many particles of blood and pus allowed. They got a bill for that shit. Where they
America's
allow so
different.
many
Yeah.
particulates per liter of whatever. I'm like, bruh, you're drinking and eating that
Yeah.
from another species.
Yeah.
Not a mother, a
Cow
woman.
milk is for baby
a bovine.
cows.
What's a bovine?
A bovine is a cow.
Okay.
A bovine. A bovine
New
that
word
grows to
alert.
be 500 pounds.
Yeah.
You can't separate the hormone out of milk. The milk itself is the hormone. That's why it's white. It's a cow hormone
No, I
for the
hear
cow to grow to be a big healthy cow like his
Yeah,
mother
yeah,
and
yeah,
father.
yeah.
So it's like
Okay.
The best
brothers
food for
I grew
us
up with
is
like,
from-
I don't have Charlie Brown talking that thing. You
Nah.
don't have niggas not eating cheese and milk. I don't hear that shit.
We done gone off a tangent that I love, but
Exactly.
I'm getting calls in the corner like time's running
Exactly,
out.
we gotta get
We
on.
ain't even fucking touch music,
We
bro.
gotta
What
get
the
on. Alright, let's
fuck's
get you
this,
some
man?
music
Let me order
real
them
quick.
some food or something, man. How can you rush greatness? They're trying to rush greatness, bro. This is wrong, bro. Okay, cool. So you guys meet. So what happens then? You say I want to start a group, or have you got a group?
We were just doing a group at school.
Right.
Like I said, that group, the guys, we had a guy named Will,
Ronnie Henson.
Ronnie Henson, we had Big Head Dave, we call him Big Head
Bullet
Dave
Head.
because he had bullet head,
Right.
he had Big Head, and then Dante and myself. And,
that's 5 of you, right?
So that's 5 of
God
us. So
damn.
we were a group called Ultimate Condition. We don't know what it meant, but it was just a name
Hey,
that
it
we thought
sounded
was
good.
cool. It sounded like
Ultimate Condition, baby. We
so
love
we
that.
was doing the oohs, all that ooh da da doo 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 shy.
So harmonies.
All the harmony stuff.
So side note, our Boyz II Men out right now.
Boyz II Men's out.
Shy's out.
Shy's out.
Who else is- who-
Jonasy's out.
Okay. Yeah, Jodeci.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
So
you
they
got that
Yeah.
level,
That
that
foundation.
bar, right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's why we were trying to be the groups that we were looked up to. So
course.
that's why we wanted the harmonies and
Yeah.
we wanted other people in the group. But long story short, we were trying to now, turn this group thing from school into really trying to pursue it and make something of it, because we did a couple talent shows and people was like, yo, y'all can really do something. So that made us think of outside of the box, like, yo, we need to really get serious about it. And some of the guys, the group thing really wasn't working, so we got other guys in the group, and we had another group called Forte with some older guys named Quan and Phil.
Right.
And if that didn't work out, then we had a guy named Twan from down our neighborhood, and he went in another direction.
So just trial and error, basically.
Trial
of
and error,
members.
and we Scholar from Drew Hill. Familiar with Scholar from Drew Hill? Drew Hill, one of the latest members.
I can picture the group.
Yeah.
Go on.
Scholar De Niro from Drew Hill was one of the latest members when one of their latest albums that they came out with.
Right.
A song called "I Love You." He's the lead singer in that song. But he told us right on Emerson and Payson, right on his block, because he's
Like
from
a scene
Emerson
from a
Avenue.
Right,
movie.
right.
And he's one of the guys that we looked up to because he had a solo career in Baltimore that was big. He was the first guy to have
Videos out.
video on the box and then BET. So
Right,
we looked up to him. So he was like, bro, I know y'all trying to do the group thing because that's what y'all, whatever, but y'all should just do it with just the two of y'all because y'all from around the way, y'all can sing. Y'all should just try to roll with both of y'all. And we never thought about it. We was like, yo,
Yeah.
you think we can do it by ourselves? He's like, yo, we ain't gonna have no harmony.
Right.
It's two of us.
Right.
Like, that ain't really fun. Like, we at least gotta have 3-part harmony.
And then kind of prior to that, there are no duo singles. Singers.
Not at the time.
Yeah,
not at the time.
Right.
Jodeci and broke up.
Jodeci didn't break up then.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Still
Right. Yeah.
Jodeci.
That's Casey and
Still-
Jojo. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's how that's when really Ruff Endz was born. We didn't have the name Ruff Endz yet, but that's when we started doing the 2-man thing.
Right.
And we were trying to do the 2-man thing. We ran into this group called they were like the Baltimore Wu-Tang Clan. They were a rap group.
Right.
A ton of dudes.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
Hustlers, real cool dudes, you know what I mean? But we were some street dudes that we could sing, you know what I mean? They really liked us. We gelled with them. And they had a guy, he was, I forget his name, forget his name. Anyway, he was the DJ out of the crew. And he used to produce, music on his keyboard or whatever.
Wicked?
DJ Wicked. And he did a track and we would do the hooks on it and they would be rapping. We had this short, he was like a midget, but he was like a short dude. He had like no neck.
Mordecai.
Bolo.
Yeah, he
One
was
of the
called.
Mordecai, something like
But
that.
he had like a crazy,
like, hey, yo,
way of
he
talking.
talk
yo.
like this.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what's good? Like,
Exactly.
some was from New York, some was from Philly, some was
Yeah.
from Cali.
Okay.
It was like a real
It was a real
type
Wu-Tang
situation.
Clan group.
Right.
So anyway, they're the ones that came up with the name Ruff Endz, and that's how the name came about.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of just fast forwarding
Yeah,
because I know we on time.
where does Ruff Endz come from then? Why that name? Is it just because the ends are rough?
Ends are rough.
Ends are rough,
Rough
trying to get that bread.
Yeah.
Rough
Neighborhood
part of
We
we
in
was
some
from.
rough ends right now, baby. Yeah, go on.
Neighborhood we was from, our
Yeah.
backgrounds, him even coming from the church, grinding, trying to make it his family, coming all the way
Right.
from Guyana, family on the other side.
Okay, makes sense.
Meeting in the
Name
middle.
solidified. Boom. Now what happens?
We had to get out there, start doing shows, start meeting people. That
Right.
was our
Shows.
goal
So
every
you're
week.
solidified. You're out there singing cover songs.
Singing cover songs.
What songs you covering?
But we was writing too.
We were
a
singing
lot.
Jodeci, we were singing Shy, we were singing just anything that we could sing. that
And then
we
the
could get our
harmony
hands
wise,
on.
how did that work then? It didn't
We
really.
just went into the studio and we started recording.
started
our
layering
own
your
stuff.
own harmonies.
Yeah, and we had a show at for Sisters Only. That was like one of our first big shows down in a convention center.
It was huge. Yeah.
And we did our performance or whatever, and then we ran into people. We met a guy named Curtis and Greg. They used to be musicians for the P-Funk, George
Parliament
Clinton,
Funkadelic.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Right.
So they had a studio, and then we felt like we was moving up. Okay, we met these cats. We did songs for them. We had a song called Say Baltimore. They had a show on television in Baltimore, a local show called Say Baltimore. And our song was the lead, like the show's, like the what do you
theme
call it?
song.
The theme song. And so one thing led to another. We did a talent show at a local guy named Anthony Jeter was doing these talent shows, and he would bring people from labels to his talent show. And Troy Patterson, we met a guy named Troy Patterson at the talent show. He later then had us come to New Jersey where we did our demo. And he
Stayed
was
for a while writing. and
stayed for there for a
working.
couple years. And we did a demo. He used to work for a label called Electra Records, the same label that signed Busta Rhymes and started with Missy Elliott, and they had a bunch of other people. But he was an A&R there, so had us meet Sylvia Rohn, was a major name in the industry at that time, and she liked us, but she was like, I need to see, let's do a demo on them and let's see what it, if anything works out.
Yeah.
She gave us a demo deal. And basically,
What's a demo deal?
A demo deal is where they advance you some money to record to see if it makes sense.
To
Like,
pay for your
How much money
budget.
roughly? You don't have to give me the figure, but
I don't know. We don't know, but
We don't even know.
We don't
What,
know. Troy got the
y'all
money.
didn't see it?
I was about to say it was some
Well,
old
he gave us a
back
couple
page
$1,000.
working
Right,
something
he just
that
gave
he
you a
probably
wage.
got some
He
a
gave
cut
me-
on the side of
right,
it.
yeah.
I remember
And some
getting
peanut
mad
butter and
because
jelly.
he had child support.
I ain't gonna
issues
let
at
that
the
go.
time.
Oh yeah, that's
And
probably
I had
got
some
out
of
of
my
that.
money. I had to give him like $1,000, $1,500 or
Right.
something, 12, whatever.
That's
it was.
Okay,
Game
so
for your
it's
ass.
just a wage to make your demo.
Exactly.
So you guys then cut a demo.
cut a demo. That didn't work out. But through meeting Troy, we met a lady named Stephanie Cook, who was a writer. We were back in Baltimore. Stephanie called us like a year later and was like, hey, there's a guy named OG Pierce that's going to be down in Silver Spring, Maryland. Y'all need to get to his studio tonight. Can y'all make it? And we went.
Got his mother's van with the
Got his
bust out
mother-
window on the side.
Exactly. We got in the
Pull it
van.
down.
We got there. OG's got the flavor. This is how we do it. That's
wrote that with
that's
Montel
who
Jordan.
OG is.
Montel, don't gas me.
That's who OG is. He's the
Okay.
producer of that record and
See, look at
Montel's
this.
first album.
Yeah.
We got
Got him
down
his
there.
deal, too.
We wrote
But what
a
did you know
song.
that? Was Montel out at the point?
Montel,
was
I'm
Montel-
not sure.
no?
Montel was out, I think.
He was out.
Yeah.
Montel
He
was out.
This is
already.
how we do it.
He-
So
he
like
had
you
just
guys
came
knew
out.
that.
Yeah.
OG,
We knew, exactly. We
OG's
knew
got
what-
the flavor. I know that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we down there, we like, OG, okay, it's a better studio. We like, okay, real nice spot. We
Right.
did a song, we wrote a song on the spot. He played a couple tracks. We was like, all right, we're gonna
First
write
time
to a
being
song.
in Cali like that.
Wrote a song called I Wanna Love You. I wanna love you each and every day.
That's crazy.
So he loved the song. Later, months later, he calls us because we had at this time we had another deal potentially
Ernesto Phillips.
on the table with a guy named Ernesto
That
Phillips.
signed Tony Braxton.
That
Found him
signed
in the
Tony
gas
Braxton.
station.
So we were kind of up and up.
So you're making moves then?
So we making moves. We
Yeah,
growing,
come
but
on.
we still around the way. We
Yeah,
still
but
ain't got no money. We
still
still
no.
whatever. But people don't. The
But the
people
right
that
people-
see us like, yo, are y'all gonna make it? We
Yeah,
was like, yeah, we.
They don't know
doing
what
this.
we really doing.
Right.
They just see us
They
moving
still
around.
see us still around the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
catching the bus. Like, yo,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we got a pager, but that's it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I hear you. I
When his
feel you.
brothers pulled him up, like, I know you trying to chase that music,
Yeah.
but but you need to think about getting a job.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
You think about
They
your
don't
future.
believe in us,
Exactly.
man.
So
Okay.
OG called us like, can you get on the plane this week? We was like, yes.
No,
send
he
them
said, can you get
tickets?
on a plane? It was something crazy.
Like
tomorrow. or
Okay.
something like that.
Right.
He was like, what?
We got out, packed our bags. I told my mother, he got his thing. We on the plane out there. That's when we said, that's on the phone. He told us, don't wear no red, don't wear no blue.
Right,
When we
right.
first
Yeah,
came out there.
yeah.
So we was good with all the other colors,
Yeah,
but no
we're
red and no
back,
blue out
yeah.
there. So we out there in OG house. He had lemon trees over there at his house. Got
Making
a
fresh
pool.
lemonade
Orchard.
every morning.
Crazy. You know,
bro.
we felt like he was in Inglewood too. So
Coming from the hood now.
Yeah.
Somebody probably just got shot before we left.
Yeah.
That shit
So
coming
you're
to
seeing,
a house in the hills with a lemon tree in the back and a pool.
so you're seeing the good life.
good life. So
okay.
we do the demo. He knows David Foster. He knew Diane Warren. If you don't know who David Foster and Diane Warren is, just look them up. They some legends in the game.
Diane Warren wrote the soundtrack for Armageddon, wrote the soundtrack for
What,
Titanic.
she wrote
What,
for
the
everybody.
Aerosmith joint?
The Aerosmith.
Close my eyes.
Jesus.
Yeah, she huge.
Fall asleep.
So,
crazy.
but he knew a guy named Dave McPherson that was at Epic Sony and a guy named Ron Grant.
Okay.
And the demo, he sent the demo out to several people. It was different deals that were thrown on the table, but the Epic deal looked more promising. We went out there. Dave McPherson wanted to meet us ASAP, and he was head over the urban department over at, he was a VP of urban development at Epic Records.
Just to be clear, Epic, I got Michael Jackson.
Apple got
Yep.
Michael Jackson.
And
That's
Michael,
it.
And Michael was
Lo-
still there at the
Sade.
time when we
Michael
signed.
Jackson's
So
there.
you know we was through the roof. He was still
so
literally on the label
That
when we
must
signed.
be like the holy grail of labels then.
Man.
The holy, we was like, couldn't believe. We said, Michael Jackson, just sign me up. I'm ready
Yeah.
to sign.
Like, holy shit. And
Crazy.
what, Sade, you say?
Sade,
Alright,
yeah.
That's how we met her.
Exactly.
We met
Yeah,
Shawty.
oh, you
The
met her?
Angels, yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Looking at those freckles blew my mind.
Oh my God.
Up close.
That's British for you, you know. That's
Bruh.
Britain.
Bro, I
said, "Look
could
at
have
those
sucked one of
freckles."
them freckles off her face.
Whoa.
I'm looking
Vegan
at
friendly,
Shawty
baby.
like,
You got to
good
keep it vegan
God.
friendly.
And she's right here. And I'm thinking she gonna say a couple words. She just kept talking. I'm
Your
like,
love
oh,
is king,
we
dog.
yeah, your love is king, baby. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Smooth
Sade gets so
operator.
much love, you know.
Yeah, we
She's
love
like
her.
elusive, but she gets
Love
the
her.
most love, you know.
Love her, man.
We
All
love
right.
Sade.
So you get the deal. How much is the deal?
We didn't really.
You don't have to tell me the figure, but
We didn't have a figure. We had an advance, what, like $30,000-$40,000?
But that wasn't even what it was supposed to be, because we whatever we got, it wasn't what
It was like-
everybody else was getting, or everybody else
It was
got
always
to
lower.
be set to be good. That shit ran out fast.
Yeah, because
We
you gotta
finished
pay it
the
back as
album,
well.
We
Yeah.
finished the album and was in Baltimore. That shit had ran out, and we was in Baltimore.
okay. Are you
But it
like
took
living
us-
extravagant or not?
It
Is
took us a year to work on our album, so they spent a lot of money working on. We lived in hotels for about a year. Remember,
Right.
we got signed in
crazy.
'99, and our album came out in 2000 in summer. So
Yeah.
But we was on the soundtrack before
yeah,
then.
we was
That
on the
What
set
soundtrack.
it blew up, but it was a bunch of political rhetoric
Blue Street
around it.
soundtrack.
Blue Streak?
With Martin
The
Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence movie.
exactly.
Okay, you're on that.
So yeah, we was on
So
that.
the main
soundtrack.
single was Jay-Z, Dime was our girl's best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a group called, I forgot, it was a bunch of girls. They had a song
Plush,
called
So
Damn.
Plush.
So Plush.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was political. How they put that out over other singles that was on it. So
Right.
it was another whole
Okay,
thing
cool.
with that. But
Album's done.
Album's done. The last song on the album is No More Shopping Sprees. We worked with Darren Lighty and Eddie F, which did Donnell Jones, Jaheim, a lot of those records.
Ideal.
I
A lot of those records
whatever
they
you
get
want to
played
do.
together. Exactly.
So that song is handed to you. Do you write that song? What happens?
No, they produced it. They wrote it.
Oh, they wrote it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were gonna go with another single. They felt like we needed another record, and
Just-
that
The album was
last
fire.
song ended up being the song that was the single.
Right. So
So
they
it-
picked that song first.
They picked that song. Well, they picked other songs, but Dave McPherson felt like we needed to go back in the studio with Eddie F. Because Eddie F, because of what he did with Donnell Jones and other records,
Right. He knew the formula.
he had that R&B, he had them singles, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So he's like, y'all should do something. And they wrote a couple songs for us. Remember those other songs they did?
They was fire, though.
They was fire too.
But
But you know the one that's out now?
what one?
The one he talking about
No
that's
More.
out now. No More Shopping Sprees.
Yeah.
Is the demo.
That's the
What do you
demo.
mean that's the
4
demo?
a.m.
We
did
never
those vocals.
re-recorded it. This
Really?
is what they told us. We in there. They got
Oh,
a
just-
video arcade, and they got a video arcade like in the garage that
Yeah.
they converted into like
Street
a
Fighter
lounge
2.
area. All that.
I
We
don't
in there
fuck
getting
man
it
up
in.
on Street Fighter, you know.
I'm sleep. It's 3 a.m. I'm sleep. It's a couch in the by the booth. It's a big glass right here. And the thing, the board is right here.
Yeah.
It's a couch right there. I'm out. They wake up, yo, do your parts. We wake up. People like, don't worry about it. It's just a demo. We just want to get it down so y'all come. That was the thing back in the day.
Right.
Get it down, learn the song good, come back and kill the vocals.
That's our first time hearing the song when we got
first
there.
time hearing it.
Yeah.
Recorded it. After we did that, in between then, we went on this black college tour with Cameron, Porter Rock, this girl named Strings that wound up doing stuff for Cash Money and them. And
that was it, I think.
Yeah, around the time that it had started, we had left off from doing the show before that tour, went to the office. When we got to the office in New York, the whole floor was playing that shit in their cubicles. Like, we knew it was the song. We like, ain't that the song we did, whatever.
Yeah.
So, we used to stop. We knew everybody. We was like, yo, hey, Anne-Marie. Hey, how you doing, Vernon? We stopped speaking to everybody.
Yeah.
He was like, come back here. D-Mac was like, come straight to the back. Don't stop him. We came in. He was like,
you got one.
Y'all ready? What's up? That's how he says, y'all ready?
Okay.
So I told y'all I had y'all.
Yeah.
Because we was sitting for a minute. We was like, felt like we was sitting on the shelf for a minute.
Yeah.
We had this big showcase, the Red Star Showcase with Heineken. All the other groups was messing up. The only other group that killed it that night was Mary Mary.
Right.
Everybody was messing up. 3LW, B2K, everybody was messing up on the show.
Yeah.
And we in the back like two monsters, like mad. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah.
Dave McPherson said, listen. We ain't never seen him drink. He had a couple drinks and he was like, listen.
He had a lot of pressure in
He was like,
that
listen,
moment.
I got everybody out there, bro.
Yeah.
Whole New York, all the press, all the Red Hot 95, WBLS, they out there. Bro, I need y'all to go out there and
deliver.
And we was like,
and he
still not cracking a smile. Because we that mad. We like, we got you.
Okay.
We went out there and murdered. I'm talking.
We standing on
tables,
giving it to them.
People eating that, singing. Yeah, babe. We just going, and we over singing everything to the point when we came off stage. It was like, yeah, you need to put them out.
Okay.
Then it's like after that show.
That's what got it for you.
Next thing you know, we was at Darren Lighty and Eddie F in them spot. Single came.
And they didn't ask you to re-sing it.
Boom. Nope.
We never re-sung it.
Because he was like, yo, that's perfect. I don't want y'all to mess it up.
Yeah, but then sometimes it's organic like that. Yeah. When you don't have the pressure of it.
To me, it just ain't sound good.
It didn't sound good.
Because we just we oversung every other song on the album.
We wanted to go
like
back
sing and sing.
Right.
You gotta remember, No More Shopping Sprees is like talk rap almost,
but there is
with a little singing on the hook.
There is a sense of overkill sometimes in
exactly.
things. Do you get what I'm saying?
We was young. We didn't know that.
We was learning that.
So and then ego-wise, how much are you happy to sing someone else's song versus writing your own? Are you guys just cool with it?
Yeah, we were learning because we weren't like just the game that we were learning. Like we, as writers, we were still growing and learning. And Dave McPherson knew that. We wrote a song called Love Crimes, and that's the song that actually got us the deal. We wrote that song. He saw something in us. So he was like, y'all wrote this?
Y'all wrote this for real?
Okay.
He couldn't believe it. So that's why he had us literally working for a year. Like we met a guy named Jolly and Skinner that wrote for Backstreet Boys. He was actually from Guyana, black guy that wrote for a lot of the pop groups. But we did writing sessions with him, and he would teach us his style and his
writing.
Flow and what he does, because Dave McPherson really believed in us as writers. So I think he really spent a lot of time, even though he was spending money, he was trying to help us develop and grow as writers.
Song comes out then. Are you aware it's going to be a smash? Are you?
No.
You don't. Do you believe in your own song?
We was told, and what we was thinking was, this is just the startup.
Right.
This is just to get it cranking.
Right, and then we're going to drop
because that's what people did. They drop an up-tempo joint,
then
they drop a banger, medium, slow joint. And that's how we was thinking.
Yeah, they build up the thing.
When we hit them with shout out, oh my God. Bro.
But the thing's just nuclear.
It went nuclear.
Like straight away.
We had people from other divisions, from the pop division, that wasn't even in Dave McPherson's department.
Right.
But was over him because the pop division was making so much money.
Yeah.
She overrode Dave McPherson and put out an additional 250,000 singles right before our album came out. Jill Scott that year ain't released no singles.
Right.
Alicia Keys that year ain't released no singles.
Because of you guys.
No, they was playing the game how it should have been played.
Right.
They was letting the single sell the album.
Right.
But you got to think, people were not bred like that, college people, all of that.
Mm.
You got a whole album versus a single you could buy for 99 cents,
Yeah, for real.
250 something. They gonna get the single. And it's that one song that they know.
And
love.
on the single, they put a couple teasers from the album. They put like 3 songs on the single from the album
on the B side,
which was crazy.
Which really,
it's unheard of.
Exactly. They really, she messed up basically our sales, and it was a lot of
because
stuff.
She was trying to capitalize
because
on it.
we had the #1 selling single for a week. So for that week, what she did is put out another 250,000 to try to keep. We were the first group since Michael Jackson. This is a write-up. And Luther to have a #1 record on Epic Records. So we put Epic back on the map.
Right.
So now
Epic was just MJ, right?
Exactly. Epic was just MJ, but we put them on the map. Yeah, they had Genuine and other groups on the label, but they wasn't #1. You know what I mean? So for us to have a #1 single, they were like, you know what? The phone
started ringing.
They started using us as leverage to market 3LW, to market B2, a lot of these other groups.
Yeah. But then how is fame for you when it lands? Is it like too much to handle? Are you like built for this?
We was too in it to even realize what it was at the time.
What do you mean?
We was in it. We was trying to work and
you just working hard. Like you just moving, traveling like how we doing now. You're like, we don't realize that we famous until you get to sit back and like, you see yourself on TV. I guess that would be a part of it, but we were so busy, we didn't really get a chance to really enjoy that fame part, you know what I mean? Because we were just working.
Promoting. Yeah. And then kind of money-wise, are you kind of seeing any, or are you even aware of what's going on, or are you just riding the wave?
A little bit, but...
I've got to speed this up because I've been told.
Again, it was...
This is the best interview that you will do here, FYI, you get me? But it's our fault, you get me?
No worries.
Go on.
No, I mean, of course, a lot of the problems that not having money, faded away, but it wasn't something that we really, really focused on because we was like known as one of the hardest working groups in show business at that time. We was doing
especially on the label
3 shows a day in different states.
Right.
A few times we came over here to the UK for 1 show, 1 night. Fly in.
Y'all didn't see nothing.
Fly in, do the interview, do the show, and mess around, be on the red eye,
right?
And flying back because we got other shows here. We was doing that.
Are you guys happy to do that, or is it just taking its toll on you?
No, we was happy because it was what we really fought for.
Right.
Yeah.
And we was willing and ready to put the work in. Like, yo, this is what they do.
And then you already know where we came from, so this is way better than where we came from.
Oh, way better than
this is way better than The Wire.
You trying to get stuck up or shot, like
for real
doing this.
So then, what's some of your highlights then in that era there then? Of kind of touring the world and meeting people, and have you got any stand-up memories for yourselves?
Yeah, coming to London.
I kind of have to rush this because...
No worries. Coming to London and seeing people know our names. They call me David Chance. Like,
they really done their homework.
Yeah, they did their homework. So that was the first time we seen that.
Guy.
Yeah.
You one of the guys from Ruff Endz?
Hello, mate. What's happening? Ruff Endz,
yeah? From a wicked group, a wicked song.
Lovely, mate. Yeah. Kushti, I love that song. Banger that is, mate. Fucking banger.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fucking banger, mate.
They knew us by name.
It was crazy. So, I mean, going to Holland, going to Japan, traveling.
Yeah, traveling.
Just traveling out of the country was a highlight itself. You know what I mean? Meeting Michael Jackson, being on the label.
Stop right there. Hold on. Meeting MJ.
Yes.
That's it.
Going to his show.
Explain right now.
He was on our label.
The last
I knew it was on Epic, but then...
And he had that big show, Madison Square Garden.
The final one with Britney.
The legendary show.
The one with Britney, Chris Tucker.
Whitney Houston. He had his brothers came out on stage.
Yeah, Chris Tucker was there.
Exactly.
Usher and all that.
Yeah.
So what, you guys were there?
Yeah.
3rd row.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then what? You meet him?
Floor seats.
Got a chance to meet him. That was one of my biggest inspirations in music. So
Got to
it was
be
like,
what do you say?
Can't take nothing.
I like
from
your
it.
song. No, sorry. No, I'm joking, man. MJ's a goat. Don't even pull that face. What do you say?
I mean, I can't even remember. I was just such in the moment. He was a lot of people around, so we got a chance to shake his hand, but it was tons of people.
That is unbelievable.
It's like the
we
president
really just
was coming through.
That's got to be a highlight, right?
Definitely a highlight for sure.
And then I'm kind of fast forwarding. How do you sustain this then? I guess, do you know what I mean? Is there pressure for you guys to bring out tracks off? Do you know what I mean? Because that's number 5 on the Billboard, right?
Yeah.
So then are you is there a pressure on you now? We have to keep this up. The next song's got to bang just as hard, etc.
No, I mean, I think we, especially with the new world of music, I don't.
I need 10 minutes.
See it as a pressure.
10?
I'm just going.
Love your love.
It's just more like. It's just more like just trying to do music, trying to do what we do, what we love. You know what I mean?
Sorry,
like sticking to what we know. You know what I mean? And we are influenced by a lot of the music today. We definitely like a lot of stuff out today, but but we still do what we love, and because at the end of the day, that's kind of what I feel like art is. You know what I mean? Do what you feel is great and offer it to the world. And those that love it, we have a core fan base that love what we do and have been supporting our music and especially our last album, Rebirth. If you don't have our last album, go get it right now.
Go get that.
Follow us at official Ruff Endz on the gram and Facebook. You can stay up to date with us.
How do you guys see the change of music, the way you can bring it out now? You don't need a label. You got all of these tools that are given to you. How do you guys see that then versus now?
It's a blessing.
Definitely, but at the same time, it sliced the potential to earn like more than half.
What do you mean? Oh, so it gives. So it's a good thing.
You sell anything, definitely an album, anywhere from $8 to $10. You sell 100,000 of those. That's 1 point something million.
Yeah, but people ain't really buying albums right now.
No,
I see people are
how you gonna do that on streams, right?
I'm hearing people are making songs a minute long now only.
Exactly.
Because they're fully aware no one goes past a minute.
Exactly.
What the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Is it kind of hard for you guys to see that change, or do you have to adapt?
Because it's like our baby.
Yeah.
Being suffering.
And
music is suffering.
Sorry, I'm being quick. And then just as a talent, seeing how people can almost cut corners now with AI or vocal enhancers and auto tune and where you guys are really from the craft. How does that make you guys feel? Where someone can just swoop in and just.
Yeah, I mean, you know, every business evolves, and I think. There's a lot of, you can feel a certain kind of way, but you got to evolve and get down with it.
Evolve or be extinct, right?
Yeah, evolve or be extinct, exactly. Sure. And still be creative, because T-Pain, I think, is a perfect example of using auto-tune in a phenomenal way. Whether he can sing
but he
or
can
not,
actually sing.
He can actually sing.
Yeah, but there's people that can't.
But at first, when he was using auto-tune, people was mad at him, but it was phenomenal. Like, you can't take nothing from him.
Yeah.
Like, he was killing auto-tune.
Yeah.
Like, he made it, in my opinion, made it more a standard, you know what I mean? Because of how we use it. And so I think as long as you're being creative with what's going on in the technology, you can still bring something to the game.
Yeah.
And real talent will always be real talent. You can't replace real talent. So that's what I feel.
Just last questions. The Grammys was the other day. I'm seeing people wearing houses on their heads. What the fuck is happening in Hollywood? Y'all need to sort that out. Can you please explain? Women are fully naked and it's cool. Man's got a house on his head and is walking like it's normal. Explain yourselves.
Just now, I just thought about how that could actually make sense, because just in a creative mind, you just be amazed how things fit together. I'm thinking it's because they still had the Grammys after all them people's houses burned down. Because it was kind of a.
Is that the thought process of that?
It was a kind of a talk and a controversy of like, yo, y'all still gonna have it after this great tragedy? Because a lot of the people that was actually gonna be at the
was that the reason?
Lost their houses. A lot of them people literally lost their.
Yeah.
I'm talking. I know some people that lost business houses. Good friend of mine, good supporter of ours. We had a show, I Love RnB Festival. She came with her cars and was taking people in our crew. She lost. One of her cars and two of her houses.
But then if he was wearing the house, shouldn't he have painted it blue?
I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking it was for. But that's
exactly,
crazy though.
The blue thing, that's crazy.
You get what I'm saying?
Crazy. I don't know about all that.
Grammys is
and the naked
crazy.
And all that.
Yeah, what's up with y'all?
And we voting members.
I'm blaming you guys.
We on a voting member. We two recording
swear.
Academy.
And you voted for that?
No, I'm saying we are two of the voters on the panel.
Okay.
But some of the stuff that happened and going, man, and some
lot
of the ceremonies and stuff. And
the music industry is like, as you can see now, it's not something that like there's a dark side to the industry. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that dark side? You don't have to elaborate.
We definitely seen the dark side.
Does it definitely exist?
Yeah, it definitely exists.
It's like
you know
anything
what I mean?
else.
Yeah.
Demonic stuff exists in the music industry. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, so
And then just kind of being vocal on that. Are you worried about being vocal about things like that? Because it does appear you cannot say certain things or you will get removed.
You gotta be a little cautious. I ain't been able to go live on my page in over a year.
Okay. Because of what
probably because some of the stuff I put up.
You being
I ain't even start talking and saying stuff.
Yeah. Don't get me cancelled, bro.
But
you get me?
I ain't been able to go live for over a year, bro. And I just be telling truthful stuff. I mean like I'm reaching.
And then just a word on Trump, who's in right now. Any words? Do you guys support this guy? Do you not?
No, I'm gonna say it basically how Dave Chappelle said it. You know what I mean? If he's watching or see this, I'm gonna say how he said it. No matter who like you or don't like you, you got people that's dependent on you. And I just wish you well and hope you just do a good job and do the best thing for the people. Because that's all any of us ever want. Because some of the things he did is whatever, but then some of the things he did, nobody has never done. Because they scared of the people they connected to. This guy ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying? Yeah. That can make him one of the best or one of the worst at the same time. So I'm going to just say I stay praying the good prayer, to fight the good fight, so that good prevails when it's all said and done. So
a note, Irv Gotti passed away today. Do we want to make any? Did you guys ever meet this gentleman?
Yeah, I met him before. Yeah. To him and his family, his crew, all his loved ones, friends and family. Yeah. We don't want nobody leaving up soon.
We do want to say that the fingers are turning like mad in the corner. What can we expect from you guys in the future? Y'all done ruined my interview, sister.
Movies, film world, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you feel
film. Yep, that's why I know about these cameras and all.
Come on. So they're proper cameras, though, innit? You see, I do my thing. All right.
So you see.
So I got a media company. I do real estate. My brother's into acting and voiceovers. So
writing, mental health.
Yeah. And the music's coming. What's going on? Are you guys forever active?
Music is we kind of just doing our thing right now. You know what I mean? I got a solo project I'm gonna be working on more on the gospel side of things.
How you gonna let him do a solo project, bro? What's up with that, man?
Do what you gotta do.
It's like that, yeah?
Yeah.
So. I ain't saying I ain't working on nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I might not got a little southern soul album coming out.
Yeah.
But you gentlemen are happy and active, yeah?
Active, man. Just gonna keep doing what we do, man. Like, as you see, a lot of the artists are doing other things. Yeah. They're acting, they're on reality.
Makes sense, though.
Gotta diversify, because the industry, like Snoop said, there's no, he got 1 billion streams and they don't have no money to show for.
Yeah, Spotify done, that's a whole,
Exactly.
That's crazy when Snoop is saying that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you gotta diversify and do other things, and we are, when you look at a lot of artists from back in the day, they used to sing, act, and do all kinds of stuff, dance, they were triple threat, so.
Speaking of triple threat, I see you doing the pop locking in the video today. I turned it on today. It was you, innit?
Love dancing.
Y'all was doing your thing, bro. I respect it, bro.
Yeah,
keeps you young.
Come on, bro. We love that. I want to say thank you. I apologize. It's rushed. It's not my fault. Blame y'all side. I feel like we could have really dissected this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And broke it down. But it's like that. It gets like that. But I respect the time. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Maybe we can continue this at another junction. I want to say thank you to Sir Venom as well, bro. We really appreciate your efforts that you got me, and lovely that you could do this for me. I'm just a nobody, so the mere fact that you would send them to me out of love is unbelievable. Thank you, sir. Gentlemen, it's a dream come true. Lovely to meet you. Angry on the inside that I've got to stop this shit. You get me?
No worries.
But it is what it is. I love you,
Saturday,
sis. Thank you so much. You're saying so. It's Saturday. I'm turning the motherfucking up, man. You better recognize. Yo, Ruff Endz, we out. Peace.
Yes, sir.